If you think I'm overreacting, you haven't yet witnessed the storms brewing in the deepest parts of me. I have learned to hold my peace, but there are moments when my silence screams louder than anything I've ever said. People always underestimate the quiet ones, assuming they're calm or disengaged. Little do they know, the calmness is just the surface. Beneath it lies an ocean of unspoken emotions, ready to flood the shores. It's funny how people can easily dismiss your feelings until they are forced to face their own. What you call overreacting, I call surviving my own storms in ways you will never understand. There's only so much a person can take before they finally snap. And when they do, they'll wish they'd never underestimated the power that's been quietly growing inside. If you think you know me based on what I've shown, think again. What I've revealed is only a fraction of who I truly am, and you haven't even come close to seeing the rest of me yet. I've learned the hard way that people don't always take you seriously until you stand your ground, until you make them see that what you've been feeling isn't just a passing thought, but a reality. Sometimes we hold in our thoughts and feelings not because we don't have anything to say, but because we know that the moment we let it out, there will be no going back. Don't mistake my calmness for weakness. I am a storm in disguise, and when I unleash, it's not a matter of overreacting, but finally showing you what happens when I've been holding back for far too long. It's easy to misunderstand someone who holds back their emotions, but the truth is, they are the ones who will surprise you the most when their feelings come rushing to the surface. My emotions are like a pressure cooker. It takes time to build up, but once the lid blows, you'll know just how intense it can be. If you think it's an overreaction, wait until you see what happens next. You think I'm overreacting, but what you don't realize is I've been carrying this weight for far too long. This moment is just the tipping point, and everything that comes after is a result of that buildup. The truth is, we all have a breaking point, and when you reach it, you either fold or explode. If you think I'm overreacting, just wait. You haven't seen anything yet. What you see on the outside is never the whole story. Beneath the surface, there's a battlefield of emotions, and when it all comes pouring out, you'll understand why I reacted the way I did. I may be calm on the surface, but trust me, there's a world of thoughts and feelings swirling inside of me. If you think I'm overreacting, you'll soon realize that it's only a glimpse into the full picture. People can only take so much. What may seem like an overreaction is just the result of holding it all in for too long. The silence before the storm can be deafening. Don't mistake my silence for ignorance. Sometimes the loudest things are the ones we choose not to say. When I do speak, it will be with all the weight of everything I've been feeling in that moment. We all have layers of emotions that others may never see. If you think I'm overreacting, then you've only seen the surface. The deeper parts of me are still hidden away. It's funny how people never seem to understand the depth of what you're going through until you show them the full extent. Until then, they'll just call it an overreaction. I've learned to hold my emotions close, to protect myself from the chaos that often surrounds me. But sometimes that quiet restraint can only last for so long before it all erupts. You might call it overreacting, but to me, it's simply the result of all the pent-up emotions I've been hiding. It's my way of finally releasing what's been building up inside. Sometimes you just need to let it all out. And when you do, it's not an overreaction. It's your soul trying to be heard after being ignored for so long. There's a reason people say you don't truly know someone until you see them in a moment of vulnerability. If you think I'm overreacting, you haven't seen me when I'm truly laid bare. If you've never been in my shoes, don't judge the way I react. You only see the end result, not the journey that led me to this point. Overreaction? Maybe. But when you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, every little thing can feel like the last straw. Don't call me crazy for feeling the way I do. Call it a reminder that emotions, when bottled up for too long, will eventually explode. It's not about overreacting. It's about finally finding the courage to express what's been silently eating away at me for so long. You can call it an overreaction all you want, but in truth, I'm just expressing feelings that have been bottled up too long. It's not overreaction, it's revelation.